grain poisoning is actually is a bit of a sleeper, because what happens is that animals that you can get acute grain poisoning, where we get the scouring and the sore feet and even occasionally dead sheep from that. But there's a lot more subclinical grain poisoning out there. And subclinical grain poisoning actually affects the inside of the rumen, inside there, and that's where the absorption of the nutrients occurs. And it's got these little pili that actually help absorb the nutrients, and it shortens them, so they don't absorb as much. And the other bit it does, it slows the, it changes the motility of your rumen. It slows it down. And on dry feed, you don't want to slow, you actually want to get it going as fast as possible. So it's, in a sense, you just have to be aware of when it occurs. So it occurs when you're feeding high starch diets like wheat, barley, peas, whatever. Sudden changes when you're using those type of feeds will happen, will cause it. So the rate, say if you go from 200 to 400, may be too much. It may cause subclinical grain poisoning in here, so take it easy. Change in the type of concentration. So we've had cases of grain poisoning where they brought pellets in. One lot, it's supposedly exactly the same pellet. The second lot, they've had instances of grain poisoning from it. Slight changes has resulted in that. And I guess feeding failed crops, which I didn't put up there, but is another area that may be associated with grain poisoning as well. So the guts of it is have a reasonable introduction period, do things slowly. So if you're changing from one feed to another feed, try and change, mix the feed in the last change, don't go from one feed to another feed. Try and do it slowly. Change the rate slowly, that sort of thing. Metabolic disorders is hypercalcemia, which is low blood levels in the blood, low calcium levels in the blood, and pregnancy toxemia, which is where they, in late pregnant ewes, it's where they are forced to utilise what fat reserves they have too quickly, and the result is what we call pregnancy toxemia. So what can you do? With the hypercalcemia, I would add, finely ground limestone, 1 to 2 kilograms per tonne out there. Maybe add sodium, because sodium in some cereal grains can be low, and that may affect appetite. And in terms of the minerals, so for minerals for adult sheep is not, that's it. That's all you have to worry about generally in adult sheep. But in weaners, particularly in this area, over summer, the issue may come with vitamin E. So if you've got a long period of no green feed, so from January onwards, and it's dead from now, you may consider giving a drench with vitamin E. At the very least, ensure that you have good selenium applications to your animals. To your weaners, so when you do your first summer drench and your second summer drench, that includes some selenium in there if you don't use a bullet and that sort of stuff, because there is an interrelationship between the two. There is no production benefits by having all this selenium, but it does prevent them from dying.